Hello, I'm Noel. This is Antonia from Boxtail Soup Theatre Company, and this is kind of a Christmas box tail scoop with an extra.
That jingle bells.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you got that.
I thought for a minute you'd planned another kind of whole Christmas thing with
No.
various Christmas charade type mimes.
There's been no time for that.
No time for that. As you may notice, we are not in the theatre anymore. We are back in our studio.
Yes,
Hence
sadly.
the wooden walls. We probably, most people will have seen, I would think.
Yes, as you may have gathered. So we were supposed to be in Cheltenham. We were supposed to be doing shows up until Christmas Eve, and then we had Christmas Day off.
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to start again on the 26th and go straight through to the 31st, with shows every day in Cheltenham. Because of the last minute changes to the tier system and the sudden shifts, did we do that last show and then literally have a phone call that afternoon?
No, it wasn't that. It was the day before, which was kind of nice in a way because at least we knew the last show was the last show.
That's right, so we could enjoy that last show.
Yeah, although we were enjoying them anyway, and in a way it sort of kind of puts a weird amount of pressure on the last one, especially when your run's been cut short. So on the 23rd, we were just happily sitting in our Cheltenham apartment, just sort of enjoying I think we were watching a Christmas film probably, and I was quickly scrubbing through my emails. I hadn't even looked at the news actually, because I don't think either of us really expected anything to change until the 30th. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
We had a phone call from the theatre to say, very sadly, had we seen the news that Cheltenham had gone into Tier 3, having been in Tier 2, and therefore the theatre would have to shut on Boxing Day. So it's one of those things, isn't it, where I feel like this year's been like it so much that we weren't particularly, nothing really surprises you, does it, anymore?
No.
When plans have to change like that.
No, because we have literally done it all year, so...
It was very, very disappointing, of course.
Yeah.
And we're very sad not to be there now. But I think we keep saying, don't we, that...
What, that we were lucky?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were incredibly lucky. So that basically, on that last day, we then went in. We knew that was our last show, fortunately. So we did really try to enjoy it, and then we had to pack everything up immediately and get out there, which meant taking down the set and everything as well, taking everything apart. But we were incredibly lucky by comparison to a lot of other places and a lot of other shows who were ready for Christmas and who were prepared and, were basically ready to go on. There were, I don't know, dozens, hundreds, who knows? I think the stage, in fact, printed a list of all the different shows that were cancelled.
Yeah.
But we were certainly one of the few places in Cheltenham where we were able to go ahead with the show. So we were, in that respect, incredibly lucky.
And we had 6 wonderful shows. We were thrilled that they were all full as they could be, given the social distancing requirements. And the audiences were warm, wonderful. Everybody, the really lovely thing was actually, because we've had some wonderful feedback via social media. Thank you so much to everybody who might be watching this, who has also sent us various messages. Some of the messages are publicly, you can view them yourself, but some were direct to us, weren't they? And that was just so lovely of everybody. But the main thing I think that people kept saying is, thank you for the Christmas cheer and the kind of, I think people were thrilled, as thrilled as we were to be back in a theatre. And it just goes to prove again how important these buildings are and theatre is to so many people, art generally, because there was this huge amount of warmth and love for both being at the theatre and fortunately for us for our show as well, which was just lovely, because we'd obviously, it'd been blood, sweat and tears very much for this show, and we were thrilled with the outcome. We're very much hopeful that we will do it again in the future, obviously not until another Christmas, because it's a very seasonal show.
Because we hadn't done a show in a theatre since March, so we hadn't been, we'd done the shows in Brighton, which were outdoors on the beach, and that was a little bit different, but we hadn't been in a theatre with an audience like that since March. So suddenly then to be in this incredible, beautiful Regency Theatre, which just is, it's a lovely, lovely space. and to have all this room, to have all the space on stage, and to look out and see the size of the auditorium, and then when we got started, to have
Actual
300,
reaction.
300 odd people in there with you, reacting and watching and laughing, and just being there was just brilliant.
We were saying
Absolutely
actually, we did get a video of the show, and we got some photographs. So we will be showing you some photographs, I think, at the end of the vlog of just a few little ones of what it looked like in the space.
Yeah, and we were lucky enough to get the show filmed from multiple angles by a professional photographer and video maker.
Videographer? Is that
Yeah, I don't know, who knows. So that's not quite ready because we've got multiple angles of it. We want to make sure that we've edited it together in a way that shows everything off.
And I don't think we're going to release it anyway. I think that's probably not going to be what's happening. But we'll probably release it.
We might share the odd little clip.
Yeah. But it's But what I was going to say about that really was that I think we're really lucky to have that, because otherwise I think I would have thought the whole thing was a dream and then it didn't actually happen, because it was. I mean, this year's been like it the whole time. Really, it's been a sort of weird time warp, so surreal. And honestly, now we've been back. I genuinely, I feel like I wouldn't have believed it happened.
No.
But luckily we do have the photographic evidence to prove it, that we were there. Yeah. And the theatre were wonderful. Everybody was so overjoyed to be back to work. And obviously they'd been doing their brilliant panto as well. And so it was lovely to see our friends at the theatre. Yeah,
and we're hugely grateful to the whole team there as well, because they were all brilliant in terms of managing everything and making sure everything was safe for the audience, and also
safe for us, safe for everyone. Like, it was so well done,
and taking care of us and making the show look beautiful and lighting and
that's another sad thing, really, in that sense. I feel like, well, we could go on about this for ages, but I feel like it's probably one of the safest places to go, because they've made such a huge effort to keep everyone apart. There was temperature checks, we were all sorts of things. So anyway, blah blah.
Let's not get into that.
But anyway, so we're here. That is where we are.
I think it's really important to say as well that the other amazing thing about it, and if we were to take away a kind of silver lining from it, was that once we knew that the show was going to be in that main space, we knew that we had to make it feel like it belonged, in that space.
Yes.
So we worked quite hard on thinking about how, without just sort of throwing more stuff at it, how we could kind of judiciously make a set that felt like it belonged in that theatre, in that space, and filled that space. And it was really, really gratifying, not having been able to put it all up here, to get there and to see it all there, and to see, yes, it does, it works in that space, and to have such lovely feedback from people as well, both from the people, from people from the theatre who came to see it, and from the audiences. So it's a really nice takeaway for us to be able to say, well, look, we can make something that works in that space. We can play a theatre of that size. We've been in a few large spaces in the past.
We have with other shows when we've toured. We've been to large theatres, but we've never made a show knowing it would be in a main house. We've only ever really made shows for touring, which is very different. And we allowed ourselves a little more. We didn't give ourselves the restrictions we might normally do, like it had to fit in the car, it has to fold down,
And we've also we've had a few venues in the past say to us, "Oh no, we don't think your work would be suitable here because the space is too big for you," and that's kind of demonstrably not true.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's nice to be able to sort of point to this and go, "Oh, you're wrong." So let us in.
No, it was a privilege, a real privilege. And I think that's probably all we have to say for ourselves today, really, or we can ramble on for hours. And we will show you some photographs now, I think. And also, I'd just like to apologise probably for the beginning of this vlog. I think I wasn't looking at the camera. I think I was looking at the back of a stand. We're using a phone. We normally use a proper camera. And so I think I was looking at the little, anyway, whatever. So if I look weird, that was why. Sorry. And we're going to...
Yeah, so we'll show a couple of photos, and then I think we said maybe at some point in the next few weeks we'll also do a video where we actually go back to the beginning of the...
Yes, we'll show you. We thought it might be interesting, because we were talking about it this morning, actually. It might be interesting to show some of the very early drawings and where the final set came from, and the puppets and everything. So we'll do that maybe next week.
In the meantime, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who came to see the show.
Oh yeah.
Also, thank you to everybody who has been watching the videos online or has left us a message on Instagram, or basically people who are too far away to come and make it to the show for whatever reason, but have continued to sort of support us and encourage us and leave us thumbs up or comments or all that stuff.
Subscribing and all that.
Yeah, it's been amazing. If you haven't already subscribed or hit the like button or left us a comment, please do that. It does help us get the videos seen by more people. That'd be great.
Thanks.